I'm Daniel.
And I'm Ryan.
And this is In a Nutshell Podcast. Hello, and welcome to episode 8 of In a Nutshell Podcast.
Where we break down all movies, shows, and all the news that come with them. How are we feeling today?
I'm doing great. End of the semester is coming up soon. Filming a lot of movies.
Yes, sir.
And
Been
speaking
busy.
of a lot of movies. What movies have you seen?
We
saw.
Yeah, we actually watched Sinners, the re-release in IMAX, actually on Halloween night.
Yeah, we did. That was amazing.
It was awesome. It was a great experience.
I completely forgot that IMAX, like the actual 70 millimeter IMAX, is like an actual projector. So when we're watching like Remick on screen and I see a little piece of dust do this in the screen right in front of his face, I completely forget there's an actual like projector back there actually.
It was like the last like 20 minutes when it's like the major climax of the film when they're all fighting in the barn. There was this dust. I swear to God, it was like this big. Just this line, it goes into the middle of the screen and it just starts doing this.
Literally.
Throughout the whole end of the movie. So now everyone's just focusing on that one dust and not on the actual movie.
Literally. It was still an amazing movie.
Oh, that's
It
still
was
great.
still amazing. It was great to hear all the songs in the speakers, but I also watched for the first time, I watched The Mask with Jim Carrey.
Oh, there it is.
I watched The Mask. And I also watched, I watched Raging Bull. Raging Bull was a new movie that I watched.
Oh, how was it?
Very interesting. I don't know. Martin Scorsese has just this thing with tragic characters.
He does.
He does.
He really does.
So since we watched all those new movies, there also has been something brand new coming out. And it came out last week, which is our first topic for today, which I can't believe it. He's actually watching a show with me. He never watches any of the shows that I watch. And that is It, Welcome to Derry.
And it's in the horror genre as
I know,
well.
which is insane because I'm not going to lie. Just before we get into this first little topic here about It, Welcome to Derry, it is a lot more disgusting and brutal than the movies were. What are you laughing at?
It's gross.
Yeah.
It's disgusting.
It's a nasty movie. But so far, it's only been the first, by the time you guys watch this, it'll only be the first 2 episodes. So it's amazing because they came out with 2 episodes in 1 week, came out with one on Sunday, came out with one on Halloween.
Yeah, on Halloween, yeah.
I want to know your thoughts about it first.
Oh, God. All I can say is that my jaw was dropped majority of the show, but not in a good reason. Not in a good reason whatsoever. And I think this director has a weird obsession with people giving birth.
Oh my God, he does, bro.
In both episodes, why is there somehow, some way, someone giving birth in both episodes?
Yeah, the first episode, by the way, before you guys watch the first maybe 10 minutes of this episode of the podcast, if you guys haven't watched It, Welcome to Derry, spoilers, by the way.
Yeah, sorry for the spoilers.
Yeah.
But wow.
Anyways, you guys should have been watching it anyways. Actually, whatever. But yeah, the first episode was a demon baby. Shout out to Ben Podcastro, owner of Podcast Junkie Studios here in Boca Raton. He's our engineer today.
Woo, 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 woo. How we doing, boys?
Chilling. We're going to spoil this a little bit for you. The baby does not come out in every way that every horror movie comes out, which is out of stomach. It literally comes out through the way we all came out into this world. And
they did not shy away.
They did
not shy away. And
neither did they shy away in that second one, in the second episode, did they?
instead, the first episode, you're looking at the mom. The second episode, you're inside the mom.
Literally. Not gonna,
That's good.
literally, bro. And I'm not gonna lie, it was pretty cool. Just like the horror
Don't.
aspect.
It was cool.
The eyes were cool because it's Pennywise, right?
the mouth that just opens and closes.
But you gotta admit, when she got up from the thing and she like ran at her and was like screaming, like that was pretty cool. The lighting, okay, I'm not gonna lie, the lighting in that scene was really cool. You gotta admit.
And I hate to admit this, the CGI does look good.
It does look. It does. The world building is good too.
It is very good.
Derry's got like this weird look to it. Like it's like weirdly like weird.
Yeah, no, I it's like you can't explain it, but you just see it. And it's like that feeling that you just get like,
What's with the Paul Bunyan?
I know people just dog on him.
Ben, did what? Have you seen it?
Suck this egg, Paul Bunyan.
I've
Boom.
seen yeah, I think so. Yeah, I've seen it.
Do you know anything about why Paul Bunyan has anything to do with the It series or anything It-wise? It's like Paul Bunyan's this thing that people hate in the town of Derry for some reason, and I don't know why.
You know what? I'll give me a second and I'll find out for you.
Thank you.
Stand by.
Hey, speaking of lighting, it has that blue light that Sinners had. You know, like that really weird blue light when it's nighttime.
Yeah.
Actually, that is a trick that is taught. Like, if it depends on different kind of nighttime, but nighttime, just a fun fact, nighttime, if you want to get like you can remember, you want to get like a scene, just shine blue.
Yeah, and because that's supposed to replicate the moonlight.
Yeah.
And
Obviously in color grading, you could obviously change the color, but
I think everyone just kind of agreed that blue was for nighttime.
yeah, but you can shine like a blue light through a window and then color grade it a little bit and it'll look
Yeah,
like nighttime.
yeah, like it looks great, it looks well lit without it being too obvious that there's light there.
Yeah, so that's my lesson for today. All you young filmmakers out there trying to make little short films. If you want to show nighttime, all you got to do, something super cheap, just shine a blue light through the window while it's nighttime, though. Don't do it while it's daytime. But unless you're like us and we can figure out crazy rigs to rig things up. But very, very interesting, those first 2 episodes.
Now I am going to ask you this because I'm wondering this myself. Now we had this demon baby flying around a movie theater, snapping kids in half, and all this stuff. Ugh. When is actually clown Pennywise going to make an appearance?
I think that they're going to go to the backstory of the guy, because in It 2 or It 1, I don't remember which one it was, but they show like the guy that I guess Pennywise decided to, I guess, possess. And he owned like a circus, so I guess that's where the clown thing came from. But remember, at the second, I don't even know where the show's going to go. Remember at the end of the second episode, they were talking about like this weapon that puts fear into everybody, which I'm guessing is Pennywise.
And then because then it showed the car, and that's like those were kind of like beacons to show where that thing is, and it has to be Pennywise because that's for the car.
Because remember, you've seen the second It, you haven't seen the first one.
Actually, okay. I said it once. I'm gonna say it again. I hate horror movies. I am not good with them. So I watched someone react to the first It. So I had the general knowledge of the movie because it's some funny guy that I watch, just to at least have some humor in my life when I'm watching this.
Yeah.
But.
So It is obviously this like dimensional poltergeist thing. He's like
some shape-shifting.
Yeah, some weird being.
Yeah.
Right. So I'm guessing the being is going to be the weapon that they're talking about. So I'm guessing that's going to be a big driver in the movie. And then I guess maybe Pennywise is going to destroy everybody, not even just kids.
I know Pennywise is going to be in it because Bill Skarsgård is in there.
I was going to say, I just did some research. I found out a couple of things. And so I'll just read it off. It's because it's a local folklore. So Stephen King based the fictional town of Derry on Bangor, Maine, which is actually a large real-life Paul Bunyan statue.
Really?
It includes the statue in the story, helps ground the fictional town in a sense of real-world American and local folklore.
It's funny because my mom said it. My mom has read a lot of Stephen King books. She said that most of Stephen King's books, for some reason, take place in Maine. I guess that's a thing of his. He just likes to have things happen in Maine. Because think about it. Who thinks about Maine? Does anything happen in Maine?
Yeah.
Like what?
They have great lobster at Maine.
Oh, boo-hoo.
Hey, if you ever want some good lobster, Ben can attest to me.
I've never heard
Go to Maine.
Clam chowder, too.
I don't even think I've met a person that ever lived in Maine. Like, come on, bro. But Mr. Ryan over here has finally watched something, which is going to be our first little thing here.
And it's superhero related. I watched The Dark Knight.
Oh, my God. I can't believe this is the first time I've actually watched The Dark Knight.
I know. Again, I'm not too much into superheroes, but it was very good, actually. I really do like the pacing of the movie. I didn't feel like it was 2.5 hours long at all.
Why so serious?
Although I do not like the Batman's voice.
I'm not wearing hockey.
What are you doing? What are you doing over here?
I'm not wearing hockey pads.
I can't.
Where's Rachel?
Oh. Yeah, cast this guy for Batman. Be coughing on your set.
You gotta do that Robert Pattinson, where Robert Pattinson, all he has to do is just talk.
Although Heath Ledger, though, was an amazing Joker in that movie.
Yeah, that's why it's one of the best comic book movies ever made. It's one of the best comic book movies ever made.
Yeah, actually, fun fact: if you ever seen The Dark Knight, I did research this when I was watching the movie. Heath Ledger, you see Joker licking his lips always. That's actually to keep his prosthetic scars in place.
Yeah, because I guess whoever the makeup guy was couldn't figure out that the prosthetic had to stay on his lips. So every time he does this, it's because they're freaking slide.
So they kind of made it into like a tick for the character, which is pretty interesting.
Yeah, that's why problem solving. That's all filmmaking is. You got to problem solve. If something happens, try to either make it work or fix it.
But that kind of goes into our topic for today of DC news.
Oh boy,
Supergirl is scheduled for reshoots to involve Superman. Now, do you think this is a good or bad idea?
This is, I think, a good idea because make it make sense, right? Mm-hmm. If you end Superman with Supergirl showing up, you would have to end Supergirl with Superman showing up because the next movie is a Superman movie.
Yeah, or at least start Supergirl with Superman instead of it, just to end off kind of like over like this is where Superman ends, this is where Supergirl starts. They kind of like that little middle ground.
I agree.
Right here.
Yeah, I agree because It's like the Penguin, right? The show Penguin. Yes, we didn't want Batman to be this crazy character to take over the show, right? To take over the spotlight of the show.
Mm-hmm.
But you have to show him at some point because the show is going to lead into the movie, right? But they are scheduling reshoots, and yes, most reshoots. Okay, so big budget films always do reshoots.
Yeah, of course.
Because something isn't right. And actually, I'll tell you guys this. Today, by the time you guys watch this will be today before I came to the episode, I actually went to Miami-Dade College and I had a sit down. No, I didn't sit down one-on-one, but it was like a group of people. We RSVP'd to see Ethan Hawke talk. Ethan Hawke was there. He was talking. People got to ask him questions. Of course, I didn't, people sticking to one side of the room. I didn't get to answer any questions. But he made a good point. He goes, big budget films, between big budget films and independent films, big budget films are just there to make money.
Yeah.
So a lot of the creative aspect of it is gone compared to like people trying to actually make a movie that's good, you know? So when it comes to reshoots, it's because most of the time it's because it's like, oh, well, the story's not going to work. People are not going to people are not going to want to watch that and we're not going to make the money off of it instead of actually having an artistic flair to it. But I do believe in James Gunn. So I do think these reshoots are good because most, like Marvel, their reshoots look good. The reshoots do not look good.
Yeah, no. You can easily tell
That
when Marvel has a reshoot. You can easily tell. I mean, whenever a film has a reshoot, that means they're on track for something good. And it means that they have the time, they have the money, and that they're fixing the issues that came across when
I
production.
hope that's the case with Supergirl because
Hey, the first Superman, well, not the first Superman, but this Superman was very good.
amazing. I love the movie. One of my favorite movies of the year. One of my favorite comic book movies. I thought it was an incredible movie.
Yeah.
Very good movie.
Me not really caring for superhero films, that was a great movie.
Yeah, it was a great movie. Which costs us up into our...
Sorry, this is a very important topic for Supergirl. The dog is back.
Yeah, of course Crypto's going to...
Yeah.
Well, because that's her dog.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But it's not Superman's dog, it's Supergirl's dog.
Because Superman was...
So the dog's back. That's all I care about.
Well, of course.
I'm watching the movie now. The dog's back.
Yeah, Crypto's going to be in it. I mean, he's easy marketing. Why wouldn't you not have Crypto in the movie? You have to have Crypto in the movie to sell Dairy Queen.
Even though the dog was CGI, it was cute.
Yeah, it was cute, but it's easy marketing. Which goes up into our next topic, which is... I need this movie to come out. We've been waiting 7 years for this damn movie to come out, which is the Batman Part 2, which honestly, they re-announced something that was announced a year ago, which was that the movie is set to take place a few weeks after the show Penguin. This was announced when the show came out, but I guess people forgot about the fact that they announced it. So when they re-announced it, I guess to keep people interested because nothing new has come out besides Colin Farrell saying that the script is incredible. That's the only thing that's come out, which I'm very excited. But still, this is not old news, but I think it's also good for the fact that they just making sure people are interested.
So you're saying the plot for Batman Part 2 is going to take place at the very start, a couple weeks after where the Penguin show ended.
Where the Penguin show ended.
Gotcha.
Yes.
Oh,
Yes.
interesting.
So that means, which was already confirmed, but this even confirms it more, that we're going to get a snowy Gotham. It's going to be cold, which is ironically weird. Penguin, cold. Obviously
it's a play on words.
Yeah, well, it's still going to be. He's still going to be a side character, a little bit of a side character. He's always going to play a role, but he's going to be a little bit of a side character. But I really wish they would do Mr. Freeze. It'd be so cool.
And I'm actually watching. I'm in the process of watching Penguin right now. So
yeah, because we're basing a film, the style from the Penguin, and on one of our short films coming up in a couple weeks.
Mm-hmm, so I'm getting into that type of vibe with the Penguin, and
our character's gonna be waddling. No, but it's gonna be good. Snowy Batman, Robert Pattinson in the snow, in the cold. It's gonna be really cool. I'm still wondering who the villain's gonna be. People are still thinking it's Court of Owls, Hush. It's probably gonna be Hush, which now the more I think about it, I don't like the idea because it's gonna be boring. But I feel it's gonna be.
I think it's gonna be someone that no one ever expected to be.
Exactly.
Just to have like that holy moment.
Yeah. But yeah, it is confirmed. Well, it's been confirmed, but they re-announced it just to keep you all excited that it is happening a couple weeks after, which is funny because the timeline doesn't make sense. All of this is happening in a span of a couple months between the Batman movie and the Penguin, and the Batman Part 2 is happening in a span of like a couple months. For us, we've been waiting like 6 or 7 years.
I know.
We've been waiting like 6 years for this movie to come out.
It's like Avatar. The first one came out like freaking like 12 years later. The second one comes out, but acts like nothing happened.
No. James Cameron had 12 years later. And they had the kids.
Oh,
and
they
everything.
did because they had the kids.
Yeah, but this time,
Yeah, you're right.
DC's going interstellar. I guess the theory of relativity. Every hour that passes by
Right.
in the every month that passes by in the Batman is like 2 years for us or
I
something.
know, right? It's crazy.
You know? All right, this gets into our next topic here. We got a trailer reaction for you guys, and this is going to be all about him because I have no idea what this show is about. I still got to watch it before season 5 comes out.
You get on me for not watching some things, and I'm gonna get on you for not watching Stranger Things.
Okay, but Dark Knight and Stranger Things are nothing compared.
I will give you that. Like I've given other people that people say that they watch the first 4 episodes of Stranger Things and they're like, and then they stop watching it. At least get to the start of season 2. That's when it starts getting good.
Really?
You just gotta thug it out through season 1.
All right, well, will I see Pennywise?
Maybe.
Because Stranger Things doesn't have a lot of it in there.
Yeah,
but
but-
yeah, we're gonna react to Stranger Things season 5 official trailer.
Official trailer.
Official trailer. It's about time they come out with an official trailer. Isn't this show coming out this month?
Yeah.
They put out an official trailer to it. Whatever. Let's watch the official trailer.
They're coming out in like it's like 2 or 3 segments, but they're coming out I think this month.
Stupid.
Let's check it out.
Oh. Foolish mo.
Demogorgon.
The hell was that?
Demogorgon. Of course, this guy's still alive. Same antagonist 2 seasons in a row, by the way.
We're really starting to lose it. Being stuck in here,
Damn, Mike looks old.
no end in sight. Maybe tonight is our break. We find Vecna. We end this once and for all. Together.
I'm happy they're all back together.
All right, Superman. What are you gonna do against him? Oh!
She can fly?
Yo, Remick over here. Yo, Remick.
Isn't like one of your campaigns.
Since when can 11 fly?
You don't get to write the ending.
Oh god, he saw something.
Not this time.
He's planning to end our
What the hell is that? Oh great.
He's not gonna stop.
Mind Hive.
Till we're drained of every last ounce of suffering.
I see a lot of crying and I do not like this.
Uh-oh.
My boy Hopper.
The music sounds good.
They're showing a lot of 11.
Damn.
Damn, 11?
Are you sure this is about horror? Ew.
My boy Luke is gonna die.
We stay true to ourselves. Stay true.
Okay, I'm not gonna lie. The CGI looks really good.
No matter the cost.
Oh, was that a
Max.
velociraptor?
That's the Demodog.
Oh my god.
William, the government name. My boy Will!
One last time.
Oh, no more seasons after this one. Man,
What?
Man, Vecna is chopped.
Okay, I know you're not going to understand everything I'm about to say, but I have a lot of things to talk about that I'm really not liking. First of all,
Enlighten me.
why is there only one clip of Steve? Steve is a really loved character. Remember I said that the Duffer Brothers
Is that
always love. It's the one with the long hair.
Is that the guy from Thunderbolts?
No.
No. Oh, that's Hopper.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that guy.
Yeah, Hopper was in there. What's his government name? David Harbour.
Yes.
Um,
So you said Steve showed up in one shot. I don't
Steve
know.
is only in one shot and he's crying. That's not a good sign. Everyone loves Steve. Remember I said the Duffer Brothers always loved killing off the fan favorite characters.
Oh, yeah?
I see a lot of crying in that. That means it's not going to be good. My emotions are going to get played in this. And that's
So
not
what
gonna
the hell was happening in that trailer? Did he escape? I'm guessing.
Okay, well, season 4 ended off with them burning Vecna, and then he basically falls out of the house that he's in. He falls like 3 stories. and then they show where he landed, but he wasn't there. Clearly, he's back,
Yeah.
which does kind of suck because they've had a new antagonist, a new monster each season, but now they're kind of double antagonizing, the same bad guy 2 seasons in a row. And I hope they include like everything. I mean, I did see the Demo Dogs, I did see the Demogorgon, I did see the Mind Flayer, I saw Vecna, so it's like everything all in one.
Uh-huh.
It's basically each antagonist in each season is now all in one for this final war.
War for what?
Guess trying to save Hawkins from. Although I did see the big portal that got opened up in season 4 was patched with concrete, which is very interesting. But I saw it opening again, so I don't know.
So you're saying that season 5, the whole point of season 5 is that I guess Vecna escapes the Upside Down, right?
Well,
Is that what you're saying? Is that what you're saying?
Well, he lives in the Upside Down. He wanted
Can
to go
he leave?
through a portal. Yes.
Okay.
That's
so
why.
obviously
That's why
leaves
he
through the
wanted to create that mega portal to
okay.
to get to the overworld, which is interesting. I'm pretty sure the motives of this season is to just have an all-out war to just end Vecna, end the Mind Flayer, and everything all at once.
So all the antagonists from all the past.
I think they're all gonna die. I think a lot of people.
Well,
are gonna
11
die.
was going full like Superman on everybody.
They did show a lot of 11, and now she can fly. Okay,
She pulled a Remick. Did you guys see that? Friggin'
she did.
Sammy. Like.
Now, this is being patented by me right now on November 3rd at 8:06 at night, right here. That shot with Vecna holding Will like that, $5. 11 comes up behind him right as he's about to break his bones and kill them. She goes, "Stop it!" Boom. And then that's when Will falls to the floor. He's all fine. Vecna goes into the air. His bones break. Then he dies. Boom. The world's saved.
Okay.
But at least 2 characters are dying.
Well, now you're not gonna want me to. Now I'm not gonna want to watch it if it's gonna be corny like that. Like, what kind of crap is that? Leave him alone.
We have to remember this is the Netflix original.
But it's supposedly one of the most renowned shows ever.
It is. They won't end like that.
Okay, by the way, just for me, and I never watching Stranger Things, that does not look like a horror show. It looks like a superhero like show. Because Miss 11, Bolly Billy Bobby Brown,
Bolly Billy Bobby Brown
decided to be like Hadouken on everybody and just like blow the entire place up. Like, what the hell's going on?
Yeah, there was a lot of superhero-esque in that, but I promise you, it's still spooky scary.
I just hope because, I don't know, there's something in television where, unless like sometimes, okay, in television, for some reason, the show either ends really well or the show ends terrible.
Oh, do not mess with the show. Please do not mess with the show.
I'm just saying.
I have dedicated,
Bro.
I have dedicated way too many years of my life of this show for it to just go to crap.
Sidetrack. Alfredo Pichardo, if you are watching, I'm getting text. Happy birthday, by the way, if you are watching.
Oh, happy birthday.
Happy birthday. But anyways, it does look like a superhero. Because like I said, with television, it's either the ending is going to be really good or the ending is going to be straight cheeks. Like,
I just know some characters that we want to live aren't going to live.
so that kid that was being brought up from the ground like a damn exorcist was the one that you think is going to die?
At the very end,
Yeah.
that's the main character, Will.
Do you think he's going to die?
No.
Well,
I don't think Will's going to die. Oh, maybe.
what about 11? Because she's obviously doing a lot of work.
I feel like it's going to be a sacrifice.
You think she's going to be like, I'll sacrifice myself for you, Will?
What do you think, Ben?
I think a lot more people are going to die than we think, and I think that it's gonna be like either Vecna's gonna use the kids, and she's gonna have to choose either to kill. Like, she might have. I think she's gonna kill one of her friends. I think that's what's gonna happen, and then she's gonna be rageful, and then
That's a good trope. I like that. That makes sense.
Maybe Vecna gets into her mind, and then she's fighting Vecna in her mind, but she doesn't realize that.
She's killing her.
And then in reality of who she's looking at, Vecna, it's actually one of her friends. And then she ends up killing her friends.
And so I could see him really getting into her head because we didn't really see. I mean, they had that similar mind hive. They were able to communicate, But he's really powerful, and I feel like there's way more, the whole music and all this stuff that they're gonna use their tools. But I feel like he's gonna have grown, and he's gonna fix those and those problems. It's gonna be just a big old war, and I think they are gonna anticipate being able to defeat them, and then he's gonna pull up with something, and be like, "Oh, you didn't think I could do this," and then
I mean,
screw him.
two things. Remember, he can control the people's minds in the overworld from still being in the Upside Down,
Yeah,
which is a little crazy to me.
little OP.
Oh yeah, someone needs
But
to
they
nerf Vecna, bro. Where's the Stranger Things update?
But isn't it to do? I can't remember. Man, isn't it? Don't you have to like have like you're looking at a clock or something? Wasn't it like a clock or?
It's he goes into people's minds who are suffering grief.
Yeah.
Because it's easier access to their minds.
Yes.
And then the
Oh,
clock.
that's something that's always been done.
Yeah.
Oh, come on. Seriously?
And then
That's literally Pennywise does that. Are you kidding me? Bruh.
and the clock is a motif. It's like the fourth chime. It's like whenever he goes into your mind, you always see a clock and it always chimes. It's like the fourth time you see the clock is when you're gonna die. I'm pretty sure he needed to kill like 5-ish people to have like the 5 chimes to open up the big portal.
Yes.
Hey, bro,
Right?
look, I'm all for filmmakers and people creative using other people's ideas and making them their own. But interesting. I'm gonna have. Do you think I can binge watch 4 seasons?
I think so.
I'll watch it with you.
Bet. Well, we'll see. I got to get through the cringy middle schooler jokes first. I guess in the first couple seasons.
It gets better.
'Cause that's
right,
even-
right, Ben? You can attest. By season 2, it gets a lot better.
I will say it definitely does get a lot.
Yeah, because I'm not a big fan of the whole like middle schoolers in school getting bullied by the big bad bully thing. That's what Welcome to Derry is doing. Welcome to Derry, all the school scenes are kind of corny.
Yeah.
Me personally, I don't like that garbage. Some people like that stuff, but I don't like the whole school-esque middle schooler.
That's only in season 1 is when they really get bullied. By season 2, they kind of get out of that phase.
Yeah, I like the middle schooler, like like they're whatever.
Yeah, I would say season 1 you just have to watch it to understand the
Just thug it
principle.
out.
But
You just have to get through
but
it.
it's. I'll say that was something that I wasn't expecting to like as much as I liked it. I'll say that.
Cool.
I wasn't expecting
good to
to
know.
like it because I don't really like scary movies. I'm with Ryan, but in that one, it was more suspenseful, but it kept you on your edge, and you're like, dang.
But yeah, all right, we're gonna definitely see when the show comes out.
I
We'll
can't
definitely
wait,
let you
Bob.
guys know. Let me
I'm
ask
scared,
you.
but I'm excited.
Let me ask you a question.
What's
Is
up?
there a character that has lasted throughout? Just a quick question. You can answer it quickly. Is there a character throughout Stranger Things that just does nothing? He's just there, but for some reason people just like him or think that he has some sort of purpose.
Dustin and Steve,
That's a good. Yeah.
right?
Good, because this tosses me into my first hot take. Hawkeye is one of the most. Hawkeye is one of the most interesting Avengers.
I was not expecting that. Just a complete 360, not even 180, a full 360.
It's the same exact question, just a different character. Is Hawkeye from Avengers, the Arrow guy, one of the most interesting Avengers?
No.
Absolutely. Okay, I couldn't give
That boy is the Katniss Everdeen of Marvel.
I couldn't give a damn about Hawkeye and Avengers. And they made a whole show about it, you know? And I was like, I don't care. Like, and no one even liked whatever. The show didn't even do good. But no, Hawkeye is definitely, I don't care what you guys say. Hawkeye is definitely not one of the most interesting characters in Marvel,
No.
which spins us into our Avengers Doomsday news, which we'll quickly talk about.
Yeah, it's some new news that we've heard through the grapevine that the trailer for Doomsday was seen and Dr. Doom was, and I quote, is a classic universal monster like Phantom of the Opera, a tragic figure who lost something he loved. No, don't start.
But that is a very interesting thing, which is what I didn't expect the whole like Phantom of the Opera, like this guy is a whole monster kind of thing, but I did expect the whole tragic story.
Yeah,
Because how
I
else?
don't know how I feel about it.
Because how else are you going to bring back Robert Downey Jr. and not make it seem like he's Iron Man? And like, how are you even going to play into that? You know what I mean?
I'm sorry, I'm gonna watch that and be like, hey, why is Iron Man there?
Yeah, literally. And the main question is obviously, will this even work? I think that's the only thing you can do. You know, unless you're going to do something corny like somehow Doctor Strange found Tony Stark evil in one world and then he escaped through a portal. And now he's Doctor Doom.
Unless they use some separate multiverse where Robert Downey Jr. was never Iron Man and
But like I said, this is the only way that I think they can approach it, in my opinion. This is unless they do something outside of the box, batshit crazy, then that's the only way that it's gonna have to happen. Yes, the whole universal monster thing, I kind of like that idea that he's just this universal power that people are like, oh crap, I'm scared of this guy. Like not like Thanos scared, but like different kind of scared. You know, because people think of Thanos are like, oh well, I don't really, the characters are kind of like, Thanos. He's more of a threat, but this is like, oh shit, I'm like genuinely scared of this guy. Like I'm not gonna fight this guy, kind of thing.
Did they announce when it's gonna come out?
It's coming out next year in December.
Okay.
Like I think they wrapped filming.
That sounds right. It's about a year.
Yeah, because they wanted to put it out in the summertime at first, which made no sense. The movie wouldn't even be good if that was the case. He wouldn't even have no time for post-production.
Yeah, that's rushed.
Extremely rushed. You know how
rushed.
Marvel loves their CGI.
Oh,
Imagine that.
They're great at it.
It's like I don't even know how Spider-Man's supposed to come out next year. They're not even done filming. It's supposed to come out in like spring.
Especially with his concussion as well that he got. He had to take a few days off.
But
It's still a delay in the production.
It's still a delay, and that costs a lot of money.
Exactly.
I also just want to make a quick little
Go for it.
point. I know you guys were giving some heat to Hawkeye, but just real quick, the whole reason why Hawkeye is such a kind of his story is so hard is he's the only one that doesn't have superpowers. So it shows just his grit and like how hard he has worked and all that. So that's why he's a part of it. I understand where you're. I know where you're guys.
And that's true. But they should have focused on that then. They never really focused on him too much. He's kind of just the guy that was there.
For sure. And I don't really understand. I've never seen.
And
Hawkeye,
that within itself, and Ben, that within itself would have been an amazing show. Just seeing how it is becoming a superhero without any superpowers and him making his way up through the world.
I don't even know what
a great show.
I don't even know what his show is. I've never watched it.
It's like his daughter or something. And it involved Daredevil and the King. I didn't even watch it. I don't know. I didn't even know he had a daughter.
That just pissed me
I don't even remember him having a daughter. But yes, I think that is the only. But Ben's right. That's the whole point of the character. That's why they wrote it. But they did nothing with him.
Nothing. They could have done so. I mean, he's so much cooler in the comics. Like if you look at the comics, it's pretty sick.
I'm not much.
I'm telling you, they watched the Hunger Games. They saw Katniss Everdeen. They're like, I want this one.
But yes, going back to Doomsday, I think that's the only way. An appropriate way to approach this character. But I'm very interested in how they're going to make him a threat, because if they're talking about a universal monster like Phantom of the Opera, then it's going to be a certain that changes things a little bit. That's a different threat story-wise. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's not going to be like a Thanos where it's like this impending doom. It's going to be like, oh, this guy's a monster. You know, like I'm scared to just be
I'm
around.
very interested in how they're going to play it out.
Exactly. And this tosses us into our last little bit here. We just added this. We're just going to call it stupid news.
Stupid news.
Because at this point, it's just stupid.
First one, I'll take this one. Minions 3.
Yes, guys, we're going back to wearing tuxedos in the movie theaters. Come on, that was an event.
No, stop. None of any Minion movie that ever touched face of this earth is ever an event.
Okay, don't bullshit me. The last Minions movie was actually pretty entertaining. It was, bro.
I hate that.
Ben, did you watch the last Minions movie with the younger Gru?
No.
Okay, well, it was a fun.
I haven't seen the last one, but I've seen the first two, and I actually kind of hate that. I actually enjoy them.
The last one I saw was the one with the purple minions.
That's the second Despicable Me movie.
Second
Yes.
one. Okay.
Yeah.
I liked both of them. I did enjoy it. It's so fluffy.
Oh, doesn't he have like that sombrero with the guacamole in it?
That's the second movie.
Second one.
I want to try that one day.
Yeah.
What is it? Macho Man?
Yeah,
or whatever?
it's like
Lucha Lord?
El Macho or something. Like
Macho,
that.
yeah.
That was Despicable Me, but Minions. The first one was fun.
Oh, Despicable
Oh
Me.
shit! Oh man, my bad.
Yeah,
I
I'm thinking
sorry. I was on the wrong movie. I have
Yeah,
not
no,
even
you're
seen
good.
any of the Minions.
Me
actually.
neither. Yeah, I was thinking Despicable Me was Minions.
Sorry.
The most recent Minions one in school, for some reason, on TikTok is one of those things where they use TikTok very well. Just everyone decided to dress up in tuxedos to go watch the new Minions Gru thing.
Yeah, I've never seen that.
And then our last thing is, I am fine with video game movies,
Okay.
but I am not fine with this one. They want to make a Call of Duty. I almost said doo-doo.
It is gonna be Call of Duty.
They want to make a Call of Duty movie.
Oh, that's gonna be some Call of Doo-doo.
Have you guys? Okay, look, I know some people are like diehards with the Call of Duty stuff and whatnot.
Oh,
and it's like they're super good at it. But me and him are Fortnite kids. Fortnite and Roblox. So we're great at Fortnite back in middle school and early high school.
hey, I won yesterday.
But we tried Warzone one time for like a month. Not only did it take up 162 gigabytes of my storage on my Xbox One, it was one of the hardest games I have ever played.
Have you ever played Warzone or any Call of Duty games?
Yeah. I was a Modern Warfare 2 kind of guy. I don't know if you guys even know Modern Warfare 2.
Yeah, I know Modern Warfare.
Yeah, you guys play Modern Warfare 2?
Not
the new or what?
I didn't play it.
Actually,
but I heard of it.
I heard that the lobbies are insane.
Oh, and then you guys don't even know. Have you guys ever heard of World at War?
No.
No, I hadn't
Black
heard of
Ops. Call of Duty World at War. That one has the best. That's the OG Zombies game.
Oh, I heard about
Okay.
that one.
Mystery
Yeah.
Box. That is one of the. I remember literally grinding with my boys till we're on level 43 and it's like 4 a.m. and my mom is like, "What the hell are you still doing?" It was those games. 360 no scopes. I remember, dude.
Oh my god.
Dude, people would be like, "Oh,
360 no scopes is crazy.
360 no scope, no," and then they're like,
Oh my God.
double Y, like, and they did the double
Bro,
Y, and like,
we used to
dude,
do that in Fortnite, bro. And this kid over here with his hunting rifle and he used to and snipe me. And I'm like, bruh.
Oh my god! You know, I might even have to just after the show, I got to show you guys the montage of. I'm just gonna do.
Insane. But yeah.
I think Ben just might be first in line for this movie.
No.
Okay, look, I just gotta say this. Okay, just because Flappy Bird, the game, say for instance, Flappy
Oh.
Bird was a popular game, doesn't mean you need to make a damn movie about it.
A Crossy Road horror game.
Imagine a Crossy Road horror movie.
Sorry, horror movie, not horror game.
Or like a Mario Kart romance movie. I don't know.
Rom-com between Mario and Peach.
Just because it was a good video game played doesn't mean that the video game needs to be made. Just like they try to make Halo. And I heard that, I never watched it. I'm not going to watch it, but I heard that the Halo show was a disaster. Just because something was good doesn't mean you need to make it. You know what I mean? But whatever. That's my take.
Yeah.
Call of Buki.
But I think we're gonna kind of start doing that stupid news segment. That seems pretty fun.
That does seem
But
pretty
that
fun.
kind of goes into our last thing for today, and we're
very
gonna
excited for this.
play a quick game. So you know how we're all band kids here. We're gonna do a movie soundtrack trivia test where we're gonna play the first 20 soundtracks. We have to guess what movie it's from.
I am very excited for this.
Me too.
You're not beating me.
I'm a big soundtrack person.
I'm one of those people that listens to movie soundtracks more than I listen to regular music.
Mm-hmm.
Actually. I think I might be just too nerdy and whatever. It's my career, Loki. I'm a filmmaker, but whatever. All right, let's try.
It's my side career, guys.
Let's
Don't
pull
worry.
that quiz up, and Ben, you can also chime in too. We don't mind that at all. And let's see how this goes.
Watch me get every single one of them wrong.
So do you want me to
That'll be-
play it all the way through, or
No, it's too long to play all the way through. We don't have.
yeah? So just
just the first 20.
Yeah, just the first one.
Okay,
yeah.
here we go.
Harry Potter,
This is obviously
Jurassic Park.
Jurassic Park.
Amazing movie. There we go.
Hell
There we go.
yeah! Well, that was easy.
I hope this is all not too easy.
Lightning McQueen.
Pirates of
Pirates of the Caribbean.
I hope these are all not stupid easy.
I could fast forward, go to a little bit harder because it's easy to hard.
We'll see. We'll see. Let's do the first 10.
Easy.
Beauty and the Beast, bro.
Easy.
Oh,
Come on.
yeah.
Come on. Beauty and the Beast.
Actually, real quick, Ben, pause real quick. Let's try this real quick. Before when the timer hits the 0, just pause it.
Okay.
And if we're stuck, we can just answer it and then
Got it.
whatever.
You want it, never let it
Is
go.
that
You
that
only get one shot, you
Eminem
got
movie?
the chance to go.
That's an Eminem
Is it
movie.
an Eminem
right?
movie?
There, you never knew there was an Eminem movie? Oh my god, I've never watched
You
it.
never heard of 8 Mile?
There's
No.
an Eminem movie.
Watch
Yes.
8 Mile. 8 Mile is a great movie.
Is he actually in it, or is it
Yeah,
someone?
bro. Yeah, bro. It's a
Marshall
Eminem
Mathers,
movie.
is
Yeah,
it?
bro.
Oh, I gotta watch this.
By the way, he knows all of Rap God.
Yeah, that's my biggest flex, by the way, is I know all of Rap God.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah,
8 Mile.
That's an Eminem movie. Yeah.
oh, that's crazy.
Sure now what I was made for.
Billie Eilish.
Yeah,
Oh my god, the movie of
Oh, sorry.
That
Oh,
was in
no.
Barbie. I mean, I've seen Barbie once.
I don't agree with that one.
I'm just
I've seen
kidding.
Barbie once, back in the Barbenheimer days.
Barbenheimer. What a great time in my life.
I mean, there's so many movies.
No, this is a comedy. Right? I've heard this one before.
I like the song.
I don't remember.
This has been in so many movies.
This is true.
I don't remember.
I owe it all to you. There's so many.
There's a lot of
there's
movies
a lot
that
of
I
movies
don't-
that could
No,
be.
it can't be Grease.
Dirty Dancing.
Oh, I was about to say,
yeah. I've
no,
never seen that movie.
It can't be
Oh, you never
Grease.
seen Dirty Dancing?
No, my mom
No.
loves that movie.
Oh,
Actually,
it's a great movie.
Oh!
Come on! You guys gotta know this
Polar
one.
Express. Polar Express.
No!
what, bro?
Are you kidding me?
Not the Polar Express.
It's Home
Alone. Oh, that's.
Oh, nah.
I knew it. I had it on the tip of my tongue. It was something Christmas.
Wait, what's the Polar Express? Oh, ba 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 ba. That's right. That's right. That's right.
The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly.
The Good, the Bad, and the Fugly.
I think. Or it's the Hateful Eight. No, it's not the Hateful Eight. It's the Good, the Bad, and the Ugly. There we go.
Yeah, good. Okay, good.
Movie was so boring. I'm sorry. Superman. Yeah.
There we go.
You didn't know that?
I did know Superman, bro.
Sorry, I'll wait for it to be done.
Jaws. Oh, sorry. My fault.
I love this soundtrack. This is an amazing movie.
John Williams, amazing. Or composer. Yeah, there we go.
Easy.
Don't say anything. Wait for it to be done. Don't say anything. 3, 2, 1.
Monsters, Inc.
Yeah.
Actually, this song is very hard to play if you've ever played this song.
Really? It is?
Such a
Yes.
good, yeah, it's
It's an amazing song, but hard.
Oh, I can only imagine.
Wait, how is that a harder one?
Why were the other... Okay, yeah, it's obviously Star Wars. No shit.
There was way harder. Like Barbie? What the?
Wizard of Oz. Oh,
That is the Wizard of Oz. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's the Over the
Yeah.
Rainbow.
It is.
Good job.
Wait.
my fault. I actually said.
Yeah, you
you're
got
good.
that before
I
me. That's
jumped
crazy.
the gun.
I've seen this movie like 30,000 times. Oh my god, are you serious? Bruh.
I think James Horner.
I'm the king of the world. Right?
No, that's not James
Titanic.
Horner.
Titanic, yeah.
No, but the composer.
No, it's
Oh,
not James
no.
Horner.
Who is it? I don't know. They make
Oh,
me
come on. That's an easy
I
one.
thought you guys were
No,
like
that's
not knowing.
Lion King.
Yeah,
Yeah.
thank
Yeah.
you. Oh, you got me scared there.
Because that didn't sound like the... Whatever.
Oh, nah.
Avenges.
I've actually played this song before. I have.
Avenges.
It was back when I played Double Tongue.
I'm always angry.
Why are there so many
Oh my god.
songs of
They're ruining Rock and Roller Coaster, by the way, for this.
The damn Muppets. The damn...
Imagine
I don't know
going
which one.
0 to 60 and hearing sunshine and rainbows.
All right, two more.
Oh, well, come on. This is easy.
All right, I'm gonna skip a little bit.
Go to a
further.
random
I'm
one.
gonna go
Yeah,
to like a
yeah, this-
far...
Let's do 3 more. Just random one. Screw
Yeah,
it.
All right,
yeah, this is a little too easy.
all right. Let's just try. All right, 79.
70, now look at that.
Mm.
Oh, beats me.
I've played this song in my band. I just don't know what
Top
movie
Gun?
it's from.
That is not Top Gun.
Oh, American Gigolo.
Never
Okay.
seen it.
I've never seen that.
All right, they might get it harder now. All right,
Mm.
let's
Oh, yeah, we actually gotta
we might
lock
have
in.
some- yeah.
Damn.
J-Ho.
Just picking random movies from Tubi now. Oh,
I
I
watched
hate
that
that movie.
Oh!
I've never seen that
I
one.
watched it in film
All
class
right,
in
let me
high
go
school.
here. Let's go to. A
I
little,
do not like Slumdog Millionaire. Oh, that would have been easy.
Ghostbusters.
That's kind of cool. I picked that one. That's
There
kinda
it is.
cool.
There it is.
That is
There
Jake
it is.
Sully's first flight. And that is the end of that little segment. We're going to do more of those things. I thought that was actually pretty fun. Maybe next
that
time
was
we'll do
really
like
fun, actually.
next time we'll do like movie scenes or
Yeah,
something.
that was really cool.
That was actually really fun. There is one YouTube video that I like know by heart, all the soundtracks. There's a lot of soundtracks that I know. But let's get into our last couple things here today for the episode.
Yeah, we have our first. Is it first hot take for today? Yeah. this
We
is-
had
no.
another hot take with a hot guy.
Yeah, our second hot take for today. Most classic movies are only considered masterpieces because of nostalgia and film school worship.
Depends on the movie.
Some of them are great classic movies, but other than them, They have that title, but they're not that good.
Like, I'll give you a couple examples. Casablanca is an amazing movie, and Alfred Hitchcock's Psycho is an amazing movie. Bicycle Thief is an amazing movie. The Searchers and Gone with the Wind are not good movies. They're the most boring movies in the world.
Yeah, but then there's something like Wizard of Oz.
Yeah, the Wizard of Oz is obviously a timeless.
Great freaking movie.
It's obviously a timeless classic. And that's just all I have to say. Yes, there is some movies that have a lot of film school worship and whatnot, but that's just because a lot of the professors are old. All right, let's get into our fun fact for today. Play this. I think people know this.
Drop a comment below if you guys know what this is before we even say the name. You're gonna hear it in your classics, like, oh, I'm playing another video. Don't do that.
So yeah, the Wilhelm scream appears in over 400 movies and probably like 1,000 TV shows. The iconic sound effect
That was great.
has been reused since the 1950s.
Sound like R2D2. You know what? Do your R2D2 scream.
Oh,
It was very good. No, it was totally good.
I messed it up a little bit.
But you know, if you watch any of your Star Wars, any of your Indiana Jones, that's all you're gonna hear whenever they get thrown off a car.
Yeah, literally.
That scream.
Literally, it's been used in over 400 movies. It's been used since the 1950s, probably in 1,000 other TV shows. All right, what's your movie recommendation for this week?
Oh, Miss Peregrine's Home for Peculiar Children.
Yeah, that's a very slept-on movie.
I love that movie.
There's a scene where the Nazis drop. Yes, there's Nazis in the movie. There's a scene where the Nazis drop the bombs and they. With that song.
And also, you had Samuel Jackson with his like white eyes.
Yeah,
It's a really
that is
cool
actually
movie.
A really cool movie. Find that on Disney Plus.
Check it out. Yeah,
I think
it's a really slept-on movie.
I think it's a Disney movie. So I am going to recommend 2 movies. First, watch Raging Bull. If you want to watch a tragic demise of a true story character, watch Raging Bull. Very good movie. And that was filmed on NGM sets. And we've been on that set. And it was filmed on the set. I recognize some of the sets. And I suggest you guys go to the theaters and support Chris Stuckman and his independent film, Shelby Oaks. I watched it on Tuesday. I thought it was a great and amazing achievement from him, especially coming from a YouTuber who just started a Kickstarter. And actually, his Kickstarter raised a couple $1 million and he was able to get it. So now he broke even, which is great because that's a good achievement for breaking even on a film like that. But go watch this movie. Support independent filmmakers. They need more. We need more, light on what Hollywood and whatnot.
Absolutely.
That's my movie recommendation for this week. And that is the end of episode 7.
Awesome. You can find us at In a Nutshell Podcast on YouTube, Amazon Music, Apple Music. Sorry. Amazon Music, Apple Podcast. There we go. It's a lot. YouTube, Instagram, TikTok. That's all of them. Spotify podcasts. That's all of them. You can find me, Ryan Filmworks, Instagram and TikTok. And how about you?
You can find me on Instagram and TikTok at The Filmmaker Daniel. I do movie reviews and obviously we make videos. Shout out to Ben Podcastro over in Podcast Junkies.
Thank you.
A Boca Raton. And shout out to Dear Charisma, our producer. And as always, that's the end of the episode. Take care. See you on the next one.
See you guys.